Now, though, we go to football. Shedeur Sanders, look at him, looking at his new place of work in Cleveland as the Browns' rookie minicamp is officially underway. And no rookie camp will have more eyeballs or opinions because the Browns have multiple rookie quarterbacks with Dillon Gabriel also in the quarterback room. And then, of course, the most discussed fifth rounder we've seen in some time in Shedeur Sanders. This also is the time for these two to really set the tone because Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco will be joining their competition shortly. We're alongside senior NFL writer Jeremy Fowler now. Okay, so this is Sanders' opportunity to really prove why he should be Cleveland's signal caller, right? Kevin Stefanski said this is going to be an open competition for who's going to be QB1. And so, Jeremy, now I ask you, what are you hearing about Shedeur's initial standing in the quarterback race?
Yeah, Shay, Sanders will have every chance to make an impression and make this team. So he had a rough pre-draft process with multiple teams as far as how his interviews went. But I'm told with the Browns that was not the case. They found him to be a good person, that he could fit into the locker room. They found him to be accurate. They believe he processes at the line of scrimmage what he's seen from a defense really well. So all that will play into his benefit. They're not overthinking the four quarterbacks thing, having four in the room, because Kevin Stefanski likes that. They'll sort of play it out over the next few months. But the fact of the matter is they're higher on Dillon Gabriel, who they took in the third round. In fact, the Browns were really surprised the media didn't pick up more on their love for Gabriel in the process with the private workouts they did. They had Gabriel in the building at the same time they had Cam Ward and Sanders and some other bigger names. So Sanders is simply going to have to outplay him, and there could be some trade implications down the road. I'm told the Browns look at their depth at the position as maybe some currency, some trade value down the road. So maybe somebody will be with a new team by, say, August or September.
Ah, I see. So we got four quarterbacks in that room, two of which are vets, two that are rookies, and then maybe some trade bait. A lot of juiciness going on in the Browns quarterback room. Of course, rookie minicamp underway there in Cleveland. Jeremy, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, pleased to welcome in Ravens Pro Bowl linebacker and two-time Super Bowl champion Kyle Van Noy with us right now. And Kyle, Shedeur has a huge spotlight on him after going in the fifth round in the draft. What does Shedeur Sanders need to establish from the beginning in order to set the tone in Cleveland?
I think it comes down to that work ethic. Guys like Tom Brady and Matthew Stafford were in the building at 5:30. The time I met Tom Brady when I got traded was at 5:30. Hey, Tom Brady, nice to meet you. That's the type of attitude he needs to bring into that Browns quarterback room, into the Browns organization. I believe Tom Brady is who he looks up to as a quarterback, and I think the same goes with his work ethic. You really got to watch his work ethic during the Browns process. That's what I'm looking for, to see how he operates, you know, with his teammates on the field, off the field. I think the work ethic, and then let all the cards fall where they need to fall, and he's going to be all right.
Yeah, just a couple days after the draft, he was already in Cleveland working out, so that we know that the work ethic is there. Staying here in the division, the Steelers traded George Pickens to the Cowboys on Wednesday. Pittsburgh offense is going to look a bit different this season, so what do you expect to face when you go out there on the field this year?
I expect him, Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator, to get back to running the football as much as he did down in Atlanta. I really think he's going to lean heavy on Jaylen Warren and the new rookie Caleb Johnson. They're going to do a really good job of getting them involved with the two-headed monster between those two. I believe they're going to go back to that old school run the football, and then DK Metcalf, Pat Freiermuth. Those guys are going to be the go-to guys. Whichever quarterback plays, they're going to be looking at DK down the field as everywhere which way he's on the field. But you know what? The Ravens, I think we're just going to have to double him once he plays.
I like that. Speaking of your Ravens, heartbreaking finishes the past two postseasons, losing one-score games to the Bills and the Chiefs. What's been the off-season conversation between the vets in order to get over the hump this season?
Yeah, I think it's just getting back to the basics. I know it's tedious, I know it's annoying, but just getting back to the basics of doing all the little things right, tackling, blocking, block destruction, hanging on to the football, all those key situations, just continuing to hone on those, and then just take it over when we need to. Our stars to play like stars, and then our role players to play like stars when it's their opportunity, and the next man up mentality each and every game. I think if we continue to do those things, we'll go in the direction we want to go.
Very early, but the conversations are already happening about the postseason. Kyle Van Noy with the latest. More from you. And rookie minicamp kicking off today in Cleveland, and all eyes on Shedeur Sanders. The QB will wear number 12. Sanders reacted to his new number, saying, quote, "Man, give me number 99. I just want to play ball." That's what you want to hear out of your quarterback. We say hello to NFL reporter Kimberly A. Martin, who is in Berea, Ohio. And Kimberly, what should be expected of Shedeur Sanders on the opening day of rookie minicamp?
Listen, Amina, I know I'm here in Berea, as always, but if you were expecting the Browns to know exactly who their starting quarterback is going to be in September, that answer is far in the future. Listen, this is first day of rookie camp. This is not a competition between Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. This is an opportunity for both of these young quarterbacks to learn the playbook, and then for us, and particularly the Browns coaches, to get to know these guys. But listen, they are very high. This organization is very high on both of these guys. When I talk to people, they mention Dillon's accuracy. They also talk about Shedeur being the most accurate passer in this class. Both super tough, great pocket presence. And Dillon Gabriel's a guy who reminds them of Brock Purdy, which worked out pretty good for the San Francisco 49ers. Obviously, the Browns have a lot riding on their QB decision this year. But I can tell you, Amina, if there's any fifth-round pick who's in prime position, who can one day be the start of this franchise, Shedeur is in a great position. But players alike and coaches are high on both of them. So we are a long way from knowing who will be under center come September.
Yeah, no decisions being made right now, but of course, all eyes on that quarterback room in Cleveland. Kimberly with the latest. Thanks so much.
Let's welcome in NFL analyst now, Mina Kimes. And Mina, we've talked a lot about it now. Shedeur has a very crowded quarterback room to kind of navigate there in Cleveland. And so what will Sanders need to work on most this summer if he wants to get an opportunity to see the field or even start this fall?
Yeah, thinking about this as a competition between him and Gabriel in particular, same draft class, for me, it really comes down to showing that he can operate the Browns offense. I saw a rep of him working under center, not something he did a ton of in college. That's going to be a big part of this offense with Kevin Stefanski. It's a run-first offense, a lot of play action, tight ends on the field. But I think Shedeur's accuracy, particularly throwing off of play action, will certainly help him in that regard. He also does a great job throwing over the middle of the field. The thing he has to do better, though, and I think this is so important for him, is just play faster. I think this is part of the reason why he dropped in the draft. Just long time to throw, holding on to the football, drifting in the pocket. That doesn't fly in this offense. So that's something he needs to improve at. I would say both young quarterbacks need to improve at. And if he can improve at that, I think he's got a good shot.
Okay, remember there's two veterans that are also in that quarterback room, and Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. Mina, stay right there. We have another rookie quarterback fighting for snaps. We'll get to in a minute.
All right, Giants rookie minicamp gets underway today. While everyone wants to get a first look at Abdul Carter and Jackson Dart, it's the quarterback position that'll garner the most eyeballs. Here's head coach Brian Daboll on the rookies' developing process. It's new on SportsCenter.
Yeah, it's really the same for every position. You know, these guys have a lot to learn. None of them have been out in an NFL practice. There's so much to learn. We'll take it day by day. We'll continue to give them information. You know, there'll be a lot of mistakes. We'll improve off those mistakes. We'll come out to the next practice, try to do a better job, and we'll do that with all our guys.
Okay, Mina's back here with us now. So Jackson Dart is going to have to go through a couple vets, including Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, to see the field. What does the rookie quarterback and Jackson Dart need to work on most to get a chance to play?
Yeah, I think it'd be best for Dart if he takes time and sits for a while behind those aforementioned veterans to learn really what it's like to run an NFL offense. The offense he ran at Ole Miss, very college-style, heavy play action, much heavier than you would see in the